through Papua New Guinea. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Sports In. We have a great lineup for you, and I hope you've been keeping well and ready for tonight's show. But Lawrence is back with us in studio. Looking good, brother. How have you been?
I was back last week.
Well, but not like full time.
Oh, okay.
Like after showing up for the show, you took off again, and then now he's back full time. Finally, for the whole week.
Yeah, not really good. Dinny again. Very good to be back, and again, I must compliment you and how you're looking as always.
Bring the camera back. Yes.
Bright as always. But Dinny, well done. You're getting there. Like I said,
fitness
I got to tell
regime I've been on.
Yes, I got to tell our producer, Sully, we need to go and take some footage of you, Dinny. Please, can we do that? Like as a running sort of highlights of you. Can we do that? Can you just say on set now that yes, you will do it? Say it. I hope
I'm so worried because sometimes only in movies there's some people who work out and they look really good. But like in real life, I am very sure that when I work out, I don't look my best.
Look.
And when I'm struggling to breathe and all of that, so I don't want that captured.
Dinny, I'll be honest with you. This time last year, you look different. I'll be honest. You see?
Bring the camera back to me.
You see, so I think it'd be a good thing. But have
great
a think
idea,
about
actually.
it.
Great idea. Sully, producer, where are you? Did you hear that? Probably
Maybe
give me
GoPro?
1 more month to grow a six-pack or something. And then
GoPro, we put it somewhere and maybe hide it there and then, no?
No, I need to know where it is. So every time I'm working the camera, Okay, let's get on with the show. All right, so on the show tonight, we have Sergio Downing-Kra. He'll be sharing a bit more on the weightlifters and what they are up to on their journey towards the Mini Pacific Games and the Commonwealth Games. And we also have Matthew Church on the show as well. Both of them will be speaking to Lawrence, so we'll see more of that later on. But something we need to discuss. SP Sports Awards is just around the corner, and the nominations will be closing on Friday, the 25th of March. So, Lawrence, would you like to share your thoughts on that as well?
Yep, thanks, Dinny. The SP Sports Awards, again, is on nominations there for you to anyone can nominate anyone pretty much. In terms of, the best male of the year, the best female, those are the big ones. But of course, there's the community awards that they have there. The unsung sort of people who go about in their community and do those. The People's Choice Awards, that's the SMS one as well. Best sports person with a disability, ensuring that we cover everyone.
In 12 categories.
12 categories. The SP Sports Awards, pick up the nomination, go and nominate someone. Sports for us in Papua New Guinea is, pretty much voluntary based, except for a couple of the other sports. But a lot of people just go about their business every weekend doing sports. They must be recognized, and this is your chance to ensure that you get recognized.
And the theme for this year, reaching new heights 30 years on. Very fitting given the challenges in the last 2 years, COVID-19. A lot of challenges all sports had to face. To even get the show going for most of them, even traveling has been a challenge, and I'm sure all of them had to cut back on their calendar as well. So those are the challenges that we want to celebrate in this year's Sports Awards. All right, so Lawrence will run through the scoreline from over the weekend. Just don't talk about the Roosters in any way at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You okay?
I'm good. I just need water.
All right, the NRL, we started off last weekend with round number 1, and this is how the scoreline went. If you missed it, started off on Thursday night with Penrith having a really good win there against the Sea Eagles. Then the Raiders beat the Sharks 24-19, and boom, shakalak, 11-4, the Broncos. We beat the Rabbitohs. And then, wow, Roosters lost.
Oh, they did?
Wow. Okay. Luke Keary came back, but that didn't make a difference. I don't think anything. Okay. Wow. Are you changing the screen? My goodness.
Change it quickly.
6-20, so Knights won there. Warriors 16-28, they lost to the Dragons. West Tigers lost to the Storm. We want Storm. I mean, they keep just winning the first game of every start of the NRL and the NRL season. Parramatta Eels had a not so convincing win against the Titans, but a win's a win. And another not so convincing win, but it was good for the Bulldogs to beat the Cowboys 6-4 in Townsville. Very quickly, the women's NRL. Roosters 28 defeated the Knights. You might as well just stick to the women.
Yeah.
What? Because that's all. Look at the Broncos. We're still winning. Dragons 18, Broncos 22, and the Eels 24 over the Titans 14. This weekend, as we said, Host Plus Cup trials. The Hunters played against the Brisbane Panthers, and they won their 18-14. And as mentioned, we will be speaking to Matthew Church, the coach of the SPPNG Hunters, via Zoom, of course, on the review of that game and the preview of the round 1 game against the Mackay Cutters. We'll take a short time out now, and we'll be back with more right here on Sports Scene. All right, good night, everyone. Welcome to Sports Scene. We are talking PNG weightlifting with none other than the president of the PNG Weightlifting Federation. No need of a massive introduction, but I'll say it anyway. Sir John Downing-Kura, who's been able to take time off to join us this evening. Sir John, thank you so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure to be here. It's been a long time. So
it's been a while.
I think 2022 is the year for us.
Yeah, I think so. We've had 2 years of ups and downs, and we just need to get on with it. Huh?
Yeah, well, COVID obviously didn't help, but and that's something that's worldwide, but it's taking its toll on PNG too. So we just have to live with it and take all the precautions.
Yeah, absolutely. The weightlifting, our weightlifters went off across to for the Olympics. They came back last year. That was the Olympics that was deferred a year. So that was probably one of the big things that you were able to tick off. But this year...
with our achievements at the Olympics, Dick and Moria were ranked 10th.
Yep.
In the past, Dick was ranked 6th in 2004, 7th in 2008. Moria, 2016, was ranked 6th. So we're knocking on the door of medals.
Yeah.
We have big challenges of some countries still using banned substances, but that's... they'll get caught now or even later, and some are being caught now from Beijing and London in 2012. So, justice will catch up with them.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, straight into it.
Right.
The lifters in training at the moment. How's that going along?
It's going good at the moment. We have Moria Baru and our national coach. Willie Tamasi in Melbourne already, and Dika is scheduled to leave towards the end of the month. She's undergoing some training and looking at life after weightlifting. So, she's not done yet.
I was going to say, are we
she's not done yet.
This, or she's
no.
Okay.
No. It's her choice.
Sure.
Their choice.
Sure.
And the realities, but. We've got Birmingham, and it's up to her. Put her hand up for 2024.
Wow.
It's history in the making already.
Yeah.
With 5 Olympic Games, and it's her decision. No pressure, but at the same time, she realizes that there's life after sports, so she's getting prepared for that.
Both Moria and Dika, sort of your elite ones at the moment. What about the other?
Say for the mini games.
Yes.
The justification committee has also endorsed Schofield Sinaka in the 55 category in the male, and Ida Uvagi in the female 45 kgs. And we have Thelma Toa, who has to reach her minimum qualifying total by the 15th of April in the 55 weight category, So she's jumped from 49 to, because it's in the same weight category as Dika, and the PNG Olympic Committee has a certain criteria that we have to meet, and if they require us to medical test is obviously a norm, and if they want other tests to be done, then there's due consultation that happens, because weightlifting has some very specific requirements of do's and don'ts. But if PNGOC says, well, we need this test to be done or that test to be done, then so be it.
Okay. So those are the 3 that are confirmed for the, well, not confirmed yet. I mean, they still have to go through the process, but...
Dika and Moria have been already endorsed to participate in Birmingham 2022. And therefore, based on that, plus their ranking of number 1 in Oceania region, then they have been endorsed by the Justification Committee, which is a formality, but we had to go through that process. And the other 3 with young Schofield Sinaka in the 55 kgs. It's got the potential. Same with Idauvari. Yeah, so we're confident of them making making a trip. We don't take anything for granted, of course, and so it's all systems going as far as training goes. With Thelma, as I said, she has to put on weight.
All right, that's John Downing-Kura, the president of the PNG Weightlifting Federation. We will take a short time out now, and we'll be back with more on Sports Scene. All right, good night, everyone. Welcome to Sports Scene for another Zoom episode. Segment with Matthew Church, head coach of the SP PNG Hunters. They've got a big game coming up this weekend to start off the Host Plus competition in Brisbane, or in Mackay, I should say. Coach, thanks for joining us once again on Sports Scene.
Thanks, Lawrence. Great to be on, and really looking forward to getting the season underway.
All right, you last hit out last week against the Brisbane Panthers, your old club. I'm sure it was good for you to reconnect with everyone else there, but how do you think our boys went?
Yeah, look, we played our stronger side in the first half and led 18-0 at half-time. Obviously in the second half we had a number of changes with 6 Kokomo's boys also playing for us. Okay. So great experience for those guys. The ability to, with only a couple of training sessions for them to stick to the game patterns and stuff was a little bit hard. So, we sort of came back to the field there in that second half. But, really impressed with the turnaround in our performance in that first half compared to where we were the week before.
All right, looking forward to this weekend. The change of competition name to the Host Plus competition. You're playing against the Mackay Cutters. Got a pretty even team list there that we were able to also draw near, and a couple of debutants that you'll put through the paces this weekend.
Yeah, at this stage we've got 5 debutants this weekend, so really excited for them. It's we're the national club. If we're not quite the national team, but we're the national club. So it's a great honour for those guys to represent not only themselves and their provinces and their villages, but also all of PNG. So excited to give them. It's one of the really good things about being a head coach is handing someone a debut and seeing how much it means to them.
Against the Mackay Cutters, what's your expectation of them? They'll be coming out firing?
Yeah, look, I think everyone has aspirations of taking out the premiership, and at this stage before round 1. So, look, we're expecting a strong hit out from those guys. It's a bit unsure whether or not they're going to get their NRL allocation back. It's a bit up in the air at the moment. There's some stuff in and around COVID. But, regardless of that, they'll still be a strong opposition and someone that will be, looking forward to winning in round 1 just like us.
Coach, just looking ahead, your team, what's sort of the game plan that you want to be able to do and be able to sort of have the go forward with the boys and then be able to use the speed out wide?
Yeah, look, one of the natural inbuilt talents that we have as Papua New Guineans is being able to play with a lot of intent, and our guys certainly do that. So for us to start the year, it'll be very basic. It'll be just trying to create one-on-one situations where we can take advantage of our natural speed and our natural intent. And then looking to build on that. Rugby league now, the higher you go up, it becomes more of a game of pressure. So it's just about educating our guys to hang on the ball long enough and kick well so that we can apply pressure to the opposition. So, we'll be fairly basic to start the year and then build into our game plan once we nail those few things that are going to, certainly help us win games of footy.
All right, with our captain sideline now, that'll come now to Kevin Appo and the main leadership group there?
Yeah. So Kevin and Illa are co-captains for this year. So I certainly wasn't foreseeing something of this nature that would rule Illa out for a while. But, the ability to have Kevin just assume that role, and it's really good that he'd already, had taken on a greater responsibility this year and being the co-captain anyway. So he'll be the sole captain this weekend, and then obviously we've got Brandon Nima on the wing, who's his vice captain anyway.
Yep. Now, Coach, just for our viewers that are watching this evening, I wanted you to just sort of take us through the pre-game and what you do prior to the game. You've got a sort of set sort of pre-game, not so much a ritual, but a process that you'd like to follow.
For me personally, is that what you're asking?
Well, personally for you, but also as a team as well. The captains run. And then you sort of settle the boys in. It's an afternoon game. What's the preparation? I just want you to sort of just give a overview so our viewers get to understand, what's it like to be in a professional club base setup.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll give you sort of a breakdown of the week, I guess. Today, which is a Wednesday, so that's our big day of the week. That's where we do a lot of our heavy contact, so as close to 100% contact as possible. Yep. It's a big session. We've just finished that. The boys will do gym this afternoon. Tomorrow's a day off, and Friday will be our captain's run. I'll control the early part of that, and then at the end of that, I'll hand that over to Kevin to finish off how they want to finish off, because they'll all want things that they want to work on. But we'll get our finer points done as a coaching group first, and then let them take over. Game day, I try and allow the boys to prepare as their own way. Everyone prepares differently. Some like to listen to music, others can't stand that. They'll get in the dressing sheds about an hour and a half before kickoff, start stretching, start getting strapped. Just about half an hour before we kick off, we'll send our kickers and catchers. So usually our outside backs and our halves will go out and do some kicking and catching. About 6 minutes later, forwards will meet them for the warm up, and we have a really tight warm up this year, and it's only around 12 minutes as a whole group. Wow. And then they come back probably 8 minutes before kickoff. I'll let them 2 minutes to themselves, and I'll have 3 or 4 minutes that I want to talk to them, and then send them out.
Listen, Coach, thanks so much again. Best of luck to the boys as you take on the Mackay Cutters in the first game of the season.
Thanks, Lawrence.
All right, there we go. Coach Church, the SPPNG Hunters on our Zoom chat. We'll be back with more right here on Sports Scene.
Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. Before we get on with our weekend preview, our boys, the PNG couples, are in Qatar. Lawrence, they've done well, going in with 2 warm-up matches, winning both games.
Yep.
The first match they won 5-0, very good.
Yep.
And the second one 5-3 in Qatar. So head coach Marco Guzmão, am I pronouncing it right?
Yep.
Marco Guzmão is confident the boys will put up a strong performance in the opening against New Zealand this Saturday, 19th March. Would you like to share a little bit of the roadmap with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Really happy to announce EMTV. We are doing the live telecast of the PNG couples versus New Zealand. That's on Saturday night, 12 midnight. We are pooled with New Caledonia, Fiji, and New Zealand. It is a massive pool. We need to win 2. 3 would be good, but 2 to qualify. And I mean, You imagine if we qualify for the FIFA World Cup, the boys got every single ounce of confidence that they can be able to do this. Tommy Sammy will join them at camp as well, and also young Brown, David Brown, will also join as soon as they have all the passports and all that done. But the other games, I mean, I just mentioned PNG versus New Zealand on Saturday night, which is at 12 midnight. At 3 a.m. Saturday night or Saturday early morning is New Caledonia versus Fiji. On Friday night, the 18th, at 12 midnight, Cook Islands versus Solomon Islands. This is in the other pool. And Tahiti versus Vanuatu at 3 a.m. on Friday at 3 a.m. But, the OFC qualifiers, FIFA World Cup, live and free on your number one to watch, MTV. Really proud.
Yeah, and look, note that the replays will always be the next day.
Yeah.
Obviously, some of the timings there would be ungodly hours, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., I'm sure.
Yeah,
but
ungodly,
I'm sure there's some who will stay up to watch.
We are going to be watching.
Yeah, I mean, I won't stay up to watch. Obviously, it's time for work the next day and all that. Yeah, okay. So for those who've been on our page asking if it's going to be live streamed online, unfortunately not on Facebook, but what you can do is purchase B-Mobile or Telecom credit, and you can log on to www.emtv.com.pg. Yeah. And we wish the boys all the best.
Absolutely.
Okay. Enough of soccer. Let's move on with the rest of the previews.
Yeah.
We have the rest of the weekend preview.
That's right. Weekend preview, and this is what will happen this weekend. We've got the Host Plus Cup. Tweed Seagulls versus the Tigers. This is round one of their games. The Cutters, we just spoke about with Church. They will play against our Hunters. The Ipswich Jets plays Northern Pride, and the Dolphins will take on the Falcons. I think we've got one more set of games for round one. Yep. Wynnum Manly Seagulls play the Bears. Magpies versus the Cappers, and the Blackhawks take on the Devils. That's the Host Plus Cup draws for round number one. Now, tonight, Storm take on the Rabbitohs. Massive game there. Back in Melbourne, I should say. After nearly 2 years, they're back in Melbourne. Dragons and Panthers on Friday night. Roosters and Sea Eagles on Friday night as well. On Saturday, the Titans take on the Warriors. The other games on Saturday, Sharks versus the Eels, and the Cowboys versus the Raiders. The other games to round off round number 2 of the NRL, Knights v Tigers, and the Bulldogs against the Broncos. It'll be Pangai that will be up against his former teammates. Now, women's NRL, Titans v Broncos should be a really good game. Sharks versus the Eels, and the Knights take on the Dragons as well. That's the weekend preview. I'm sure there's heaps of sports, of course, happening in and around Port Moresby and Papua New Guinea. We always say, if you got any results, send them through, any pictures. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, speaking of which, here are the contact details. Call us on 312-9229, or you can inbox us on our Facebook page. It's the MTV Sports in One. Like the page and send us a message. Or you can email sports@emtv.com.pg and state your story tip or the results. At least share some pictures as well, so it will get some screen time as well. Last reminder, please do send us your selfies, #sportscene, and we will give it some screen time and throw it on our Facebook page as well. If you're out at the sporting field or just getting fit on the weekend or in your downtime, just share some pictures with us. Or if you see any of us, you can take a picture with us.
Please.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. Anything else?
No. Look, the Broncos, we should win again. I'm really confident this time around. Good. I'm just over the moon. But I should also say a mention to the PNG netball team that's down in Sydney.
Oh, yes.
Their games are going to start next week as well, and we'll give you all the updates of that.
Yep. That's about it. We will go before they chase us out. We will see you same time, same place next week. Until then, keep safe. Bye for now.
Good night.
Good night.